Okay, for my final project in advertising 350, I decided to do Dove, and then this is just the um, combination of all of my previous projects. So some challenges that Dove is currently facing that we are seeing is that there's an economic challenge. The cost of living is rising here in the United States, and this makes it harder for consumers to be willing to spend more on what are considered not necessarily luxury, but added bonuses in their life. And I would say that Dove falls into this category. Also an increased need for competition or an increased competition. There's a need to continuously innovate to keep up with the other constant pressures from the industry. And then there's also digital transformation, the power of social media, and for customer engagement. We're switching away from more like traditional print ads and more into social media posts and promotions. I have two objectives for my campaign. The first one would be to diversify Dove's portfolio. I want us to launch a new product line within the next 12 months for a new consumer need through identified research. And the new consumer that I identified that we should expand into is Dove's male clientele. And in order to track performance throughout this campaign, we will look at the KPIs, which is to track new product launch sales, measure customer satisfaction, through feedback surveys and to monitor their share gain and target segments like a male consumer. The second objective I have is to enhance Dove's online social media presence. Within the next year, I would like to achieve a 20% growth in online sales through e-commerce platforms and then exclusive online promotions through improve the online shopping experience. And to track this, the KPIs that we'll use are to measure the percentage and increase on online sales, evaluate shopper customer satisfaction, and to track the engagement metrics on online platforms. Like I was talking about earlier, Dove's demographic right now is currently 59% female and 40% male. And hopefully by the end of my campaign, we can even that out to about 50-50 for male and female. And then Dove's age demographic is distributed. It's primarily a like old, younger or older Gen X and younger millennials, so about 25 to 35 years old. And then there's still some engagement within the other ages, but this is like the primary age group. Like I was saying, the target audience is mainly women of various age groups, but primarily Gen X and millennials. We're looking to expand this to all age groups, and then both men. Luckily, this should be easy for us to accomplish because Dove is very body positive, has a focus on body positivity, and they embrace that. And they also embrace inclusivity, whether it be multicultural, diverse, or different ethnic groups, skin tones, and beauty standards. And then Dove is also very value driven. They have an emphasis on creating and prioritizing ethical and sustainable practices, and all of their products are cruelty free. And then um, one of the media categories that we'll focus on is social media. And we'll use a combination of various social media platforms to promote our products. And research shows that in September 2022, approximately 36% of Dove's deodorant users interacted with Dove through media or through social media and advertising campaigns. And then other media categories that we use is television, print magazines, radios, and outdoor advertising. This is how I'll divide up my budget. My budget for this campaign or for the entire year is $391 million. But for this campaign specifically, I decided to do $100 million and we'll divide up that $100 million. 40% will be digital, 10% television, 15% print media, and then 25% is digital content creation, which allows for us to have sponsored content, and then 5% for outdoor advertising. So in the year 2022, Unilever, which is Dove's parent brand, spent $286 million. And like I was saying, I decided to increase this to almost $400 million just because it has shown that Dove is very successful. So why not increase this more? And then, like I was saying, the $100 million will be divided up into various media outlets. And then here's my Excel chart for the year 2025. In Q1, the budget is $30 million, Q2, $70 million, and then Q3 and Q4, $100 million. And then I decided to make Q3 and Q4 have the same budget of $100 million because these are like the two most important times during the calendar year to get ads across. And then, like I was saying, my justification for having such a high budget is that it allows us to have high quality creative productions across all of our different channels of media that we'll be using, and it also allows for us to have strategic partnerships. Running the campaign over this period will maximize consistency and its impact. And then for programmatic buying, I decided to go with Hulu and NBC for my two channels, um, or my two forms of programmatic buying. Hulu is very successful as they have the pay per completion model and the tailored advertisements based on demographics. For example, like a more traditionally or a show that's catered towards females will be able to run a more feminine ad or an ad targeted towards women. And then during a show that's more has like a higher male audience, we could run a more male centered ad. And then NBC Universal, I chose to do this because they have $100 billion commitment towards targeted media, which is really important. And they also have a unified portfolio for comprehensive advertising coverage. And then, like I was saying about like tracking success, here's a screenshot of Dove's Instagram and TikTok. And about 71% of Dove's females or followers are females, and then 28% are male. Once again, ideally, we'd like to increase the male engagement. And then the average number of likes per post is 624, and the average number of comments is 32. And hopefully, throughout better social media posts, we can increase our, like I was saying, we can increase our likes, shares, and comments. And then on the website, the number of visits, bounce rate, and time spent, and then the conversion rate of sales attributed to marketing campaigns. Thank you. And here are my sources.